University in a political science honors last year, sir, 2020.
And tell me which type of qualities or human behavioral skills you have developed in your college time.
Sir, in my college time, I have developed the balanced approach of the political uh, ideology. I have not been towards any particular kind of ideology like right wing or left wing. I have developed a more realistic kind of approach that is practical approach.
Okay, now confirm that is there any right-wing terrorism or right-wing extremism in our India?
Yes, sir, there is right wing extremism in India,
Hmm.
and it is the right wing groups. There are some right wing groups that is supposed to do militant kind of activity. That is a reactionary group. That is not a primary group that do a terrorism kind of thing as a reaction to the other groups like Islamist groups.
Hmm.
So yes, sir, there is a right wing extremism in our country.
And now define youth terrorism.
So there is no formal term called youth terrorism, but yes, since our youth, if they are qualified and if they will not get proper employment, then they may involve in some kind of terrorism kind of activity.
Hmm.
So that may be termed as youth terrorism.
Do you think that the term youth terrorism is superfluous and it is not very relevant because no youth having education and not having employment become a terrorist in our India?
Sir, I believe, sir, youth terrorism should not be used. This term, I think, is very negative term.
Hmm.
And it is, yes, sir, it is true that without employment, many youth may turn to terrorism, but that is not the primary reason. Many other reasons are also there that makes
Hmm.
a youth turn towards terrorism.
Hmm.
So definitely his ideological things, his background are also responsible.
Hmm.
But sir, only employment is not the one reason, sir.
Now tell me which country is our best friend in all over the world? Hmm.
Sir, I believe, sir, Bhutan is our best friend, sir.
Why?
And in, sir, if we
Define
talk about our
define why Bhutan is our best friend.
sir, because sir, Bhutan does not have any kind of problem with us. We don't have any land-related dispute with Bhutan, but that is not with any other neighboring country. Secondly, sir, if Bhutan do any kind of foreign negotiation, then that particularly country always take help from us.
I
They do
think
not do it
I think
independently.
I think these qualities don't define the friendship between two nations. They define that he is treating us as a guardian. But now tell me exactly who is our best friend.
Sir, I would say Israel is our best friend.
And what about Russia?
Sir, Russia is also our best friend. In fact, Russia is our biggest uh, security partner. They provide us mostly defense equipments. But yes, sir, since Russia is also a superpower, so Russia cannot be tilted only towards India, sir. And
Hmm.
recent time we have seen that Russia is tilting more towards China
Hmm.
because of its economic needs. Russia
Hmm.
is not an economic superpower. It is
Hmm.
a military power superpower, but not an economic superpower.
Hmm.
And due to a lot of economic needs, due to its economic need, it needs China.
Hmm.
So many of its policy are tilted towards China. We have seen in the Taliban case as well.
Hmm.
Even Russia, like not given proper due respect to us while negotiating with the China.
Hmm.
So we can say that Russia is yes our important friend,
Hmm.
but I would say Israel has never betrayed us. They have always supported us. Even at the time when we were not having a diplomatic relationship with Israel, then also Israel supported us during the 1971 war, 1965 war. So I would
Okay.
say Israel is
Okay.
the best.
Now compare USA and Russia in terms of relationship with India.
Sir, our relationship with US and Russia both are very important, but as far as intensity is concerned, security related things that we purchase is mostly from Russia. In fact, I would say before 3-4 years or 5-6 years, our more than three-fourth defense equipments purchase was from Russia. Even today, after diversifying our defense equipments purchase, we purchase almost 50% of our defense equipment from Russia. But there has been some change in the scenario in the world politics. The world politics shifted from the Atlantic Pacific region to the Indo-Pacific region, and in this Indo-Pacific region, we are a quite regional player. And the US is also a very big influencer player in this region. So in the near future, I expect that the relationship between India and US will become more deeper. And with Russia, sir, we will be okay. Whatever we are doing, we will continue that.
Okay. Now, differentiate among Quran, Hadith, and Sharia.
Yes, sir. Quran is the holy book, that is the supreme book of Islam religion. Hadith is I can say the teachings of or the way of life of Prophet Muhammad, or whatever he did in her life was written in Hadith. And Sharia is the Islamic law, and Sharia is the Islamic law on what should be the punishment to be given if a particular person does any particular crime or type of crime. So that is the Islamic law. While these things are discussed.
Okay. And now compare the Islam between Middle East Islam and Arabian Islam.
Sir, I believe Middle East and Arabian is same.
No.
Or we can say the Arabian Peninsula is the part.
Wait. मेरा आपसे ये पूछने का मतलब है कि मिडिल ईस्ट में वो जो उज्बेकिस्तान, तुर्कमेनिस्तान, जितने भी स्थान हैं, उनको ले लीजिए, और उधर जो सऊदी अरब वाला पार्ट है, जहां पर दुबई है, सऊदी अरब है, जॉर्डन है, वो सब है, उधर के इस्लाम को और यहाँ के इस्लाम को आप कंपेयर करिए.
Sir, since we know that Islam has its origination in the Arabian Peninsula, that is in Saudi Arabia, so today we can see that the Islam that is followed in Saudi Arabia in the Gulf countries is more extreme kind of Islam, and that particular word for that kind of Islam is Wahhabism kind of Islam. So it does not provide any type of, it is totally intolerant towards other religion, towards other form of Islam. While in the case of Central Asian countries like of Kazakhstan, Turkmenistan and Turkestan, the Islam that is followed is more of a kind of Sufism Islam. So that is more tolerant to other society, to other ideology. So that is the basic difference.
Now come to our Indian concern. How many types of Islam are present in our India, and which is most dangerous to the humanity?
Sir, as far as my knowledge is concerned, sir, it is said that Islam has 72 sects, and India is only one country in the world that have all 72 sects. The prominent among is Shia, Sunni, Ahmadiyya, and there are many groups like Deobandi groups, Barelvi groups, and Hanafi groups, Salafi groups. So I believe, sir, the Deobandi groups is mostly those groups who are most extreme, who follow most extreme form of Islam. So I believe that Deobandi followers are mostly Sunni Islam followers, and they are most dangerous, sir, I believe.
And what is the basic difference between two Talibans? Talibans of Afghanistan and Taliban of Pakistan.
Sir, Taliban of Afghanistan is the real Taliban, and the Taliban that is formed in Pakistan consider itself to be the part of that Taliban, considers itself to be the affiliation of that Taliban, and both have its goal of establishing Shariat in their country. While Taliban in Afghanistan is in power, while Taliban in Pakistan, that is TTP, Tehreek-e-Taliban Pakistan, is not in power, and they are a designated terrorist organization in the country, and they are doing a lot of terrorist activity in that particular country.
Okay, at the last, tell me why you want to join Intelligence Bureau and what you have planned. After joining Intelligence Bureau, which type of duty will you perform there, and which type of area you have targeted today to improve the security of that area?
Sir, the first reason that I want to join intelligence bureau is like every responsible citizen have their own vision. They have some vision for their country, and I also have the vision that India should be a more strong country. India should play a very different, good role at the international level. I am a student of political science as well, so I think India is not playing that good level. And the reason I believe is the that India is having a lot of internal security problems. That we are always an inward-looking country. So I want to contribute in that part to improve that internal part security. Second thing, sir, I do a lot of traveling, sir. I do a lot of bike riding. But whenever I go to any on highway, on any other crowded place, I don't feel always safe. So this is my personal reason as well. I want to contribute in the overall safe environment of the country. So that is basic two reason. And I believe, sir, if I am posted in any part of the country or in any branch of the country, I would be able to do my work and I would be happy to do. But my special focus would be on counter-terrorism part because I'm little bit interested in providing safety to my country. And I believe, sir, terrorism is the most, I think, most important thing that will happen in future that will affect our country, radicalization of youth and Islamic terrorism. So if I am given the chance to work in terrorism part, then I believe, sir, I would be doing my best, sir.
Okay. Okay. All the best for future. Nice to talk with you.
Thank you, sir.